From rum flights to fire shows, this wasn't just a vacation, it was a vibe. We came to Jamaica for fun, food, and a pre-birthday getaway. And let me tell you, we couldn't wait to get back and share with you our time at Sandals Dunn River 2.0. Welcome back to Travel Tips and Recommendations presented by Jones Getaways by Dream Vacations. I'm Tommie.
And I'm Nikki.
She is.
We are happily retired Army veterans, but now travel is a huge part of our life.
Huge part. You ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
So, some facts about Sandals Dunn River 2.0.
Since that's what you do.
That's what I do. It is located in Ocho Rios, and American Airlines now has nonstop flights from Miami to Ocho Rios, Jamaica, every Wednesday and Saturday.
Wow.
Good to know for those who wants to do the nonstop flights. But Sandals Dunn River 2.0 reopened after a full renovation in May 2023. So we learned that they have a training academy where they hire motivated locals to work at the property. And even if they didn't have any kind of hospitality experience, they were able to go to the academy and work there on property, which we thought was amazing that they kind of gave back into the community.
Absolutely. And give people opportunities.
Yeah. So also, Ocho Rios is home of the tennis legend Arthur Ashe. It was a filming site for James Bond movie Dr. No.
You know, Sean Connery. I don't know why you don't like that. I mean,
he did an
that's
amazing
pretty
job.
spot on.
He did amazing.
But anyway,
amazing.
This trip was all about fun for us. South Coast was business, but no business on this one. No laptops and cell phones down. Yep. Just us.
And it was a 3-hour ride because, of course, we had to go back through from one area to the other.
Yes.
And, of course, from Montego Bay, though, each way, either from Dunn's River to South Coast, is going to be an hour and a half. So with us going from South Coast to Dunn's River, of course, it's going to be a 3-hour ride, which it didn't seem that bad, while we were on there.
It was cool.
It was a private transfer, so it was just he and I in there with the cab driver. Yep. So we didn't have any problems at all. But from the moment that we pulled up, the Sandals welcome team was there. They were singing, passing out all of the cool towels for us. And, of course, we had the welcome drinks. It was instant smiles. Everyone was happy, and we were glad to finally be there, too.
On vacation. Yeah. Check-in went quick, right? There's no issues. Our room wasn't quite ready, but they handled it like pros. They secured our luggage, and then they walked us right over to lunch at Saltaire.
Yeah. And even with that, just back to the transfer real quick, we informed Sandals South Coast that we were extending our stay at Sandals Dunn's River. So they coordinated everything for us to have the transfer, the time and the driver, of course. So it was there. We didn't have to do anything extra. Yeah. They took care of everything. But we stayed at the Travertine Luxury Room, the Tropical Garden View. And it's an entry-level room. But don't let that fool you, though, because the room was fantastic. Yeah. It was surprisingly elegant. It was clean. It was comfortable. It was amazing.
Right. Our view would overlook the driveway as we came in. You could see the wedding venue from our room as well as the rendezvous area. Yeah. And just the main thing about Sandals, it seems to be the thing they get right and do. The landscaping is beautiful, flowers everywhere, and it just looked wonderful. It looked like an oasis, staring out from the moment you came on as well as from our room every day.
Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. As far as the room goes and the bed, only thing that we asked for was a firm bed. So we requested a mattress pad from housekeeping.
Well, we didn't ask for a firm bed. The bed was firm.
Oh, well, yeah. Right. We didn't ask for a firm bed. Right. We needed a mattress pad. So we contacted housekeeping, and it was an easy fix. They came, brought it up, and put it on the bed with no hesitation.
Yeah, we got old backs.
The Army did it to us. Yeah. So we need to have a comfortable night's sleep wherever we are.
Yeah, and also shout out to the staff. I mean, from the moment we got out of the vehicle, the energy, the professionalism. And then we had a young lady that walked us through every feature of our room as she escorted us up there. I can't remember her name, and I'm sorry about that, but she gave us a 10-minute intro, which
how
let us...
everything worked.
Absolutely. Yeah. It let us know everything about that room with no questions.
Right. Yeah.
Then it was time to get out.
Yep. So the first place we went was the Rum Club.
I feel like we're being judged right now, but that's where we went.
It was sophisticated. It was a chill spot. It was a little seductive feeling too in there, and it was a truly lounge type feel.
Right.
The inside seating, they had outside lounge area, and there was a pool table room. Yeah. So it was definitely a spot for the adults, which is adults only property, but it was definitely a spot that you need to go.
What I'm saying? It felt grown. It felt like a cigar lounge with some rum, decor, with some rum right there ready for it, an old fashioned ready for you if you wanted it. So, but when we're talking about the Rum Club specifically, we gotta identify two great things we loved, and then a surprise that we ended up loving. So our favorite drinks, Nikki had an old fashioned.
My fave.
She loved it, and I had what's called a Papa Doble. It's a I like the fruits that have flavor, and I like the fruity flavor. No, I had a few of them, but it was a great drink, right? And they also have this food selection, which surprised us because we'd never been there before. And I'm going to just tell you, the menu is nice, but we're going to throw out two strong recommendations. The jerk steakhouse fries, phenomenal. And then the pork belly, jerk pork, great, right? Yeah. And another shout out to Shanice.
Shanice is what she told us to call her.
The bartender. I mean, we even did a TikTok and Instagram and YouTube short with her. But she had all kinds of good vibes.
Yeah.
She made great drinks, and just she was a vibe herself.
Yeah.
That's enough said.
Right. So after that, the next day, I also hit up the Bloom, the Jamaican coffee shop. So it's a pro tip: from 5:30 to 7:30 a.m., they actually serve that coffee on the beach.
Yes.
And that's a part of luxury that I like being a part of.
Yeah. And one thing we noticed right away, I mentioned it already, is the energy. And it wasn't just with the staff. It was contagious. You could feel it throughout the guests and everywhere, from the door to the ocean. Yeah. It's definitely not a sleepy getaway. I believe it's for couples who want to have fun and stay in motion, right? And, just want to have things to do.
Yeah. So next, let's talk about the dining. I know it's your fave, but I just want to talk about it real quick. The restaurants are open from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
True.
So another tip, to beat the crowds, you either go early before the doors open, or you hit the 7:30 type sweet spot, after the rush has faded away. So to avoid that dreaded wait list, though, you definitely want to make sure you go there early, so you're waiting outside the door once they open. So, but the food was good either way.
Right. And like I said, to talk about where we ate at Saltaire. It's a restaurant where we are escorted in the beginning for lunch. It's the only buffet on the resort, and it's solid food, good food, and it's available for all 3 meals. But Fridays, oxtails, Nikki's
my fave. But we also ate at Zuka, so the food there was great.
Right.
Wonderful flavor there.
Fusion.
Hanami gave us the sushi fix that we wanted. And a pro tip for the sushi bar: you sit at the bar and ask the chefs.
Ask for
the chef special. Yeah. Another restaurant we ate at was Isola, which was the pizza spot.
Yeah.
We only got a chance to eat there once.
Yeah. Firehouse
your
pizza.
Favorite.
Absolutely. Extra cheese and pepperoni. That's my weakness.
Yeah. We did get a chance to have room service. Room service was good. The decent options were available, and we only waited about 30 minutes tops for our food.
For when you don't want to go, you can still eat decent, right?
Yeah.
We didn't try the French or Greek restaurants that they have, but we've been told they're also very good options. Just remember, if you want to eat at the French restaurant, you'll need a reservation. And if you want to eat at the Greek restaurant, no, you don't need a reservation, but they do have breakfast as well.
Yeah. So we'll talk about next resort.
Yeah.
So driving onto the resort, and like we said, the drive to the front gate kind of sets the tone for the entire stay. And once you're on your way in, you'll pass the new conference center that they're building. Should be ready in 2026. The staging area for all the transfer vehicles, the Cayoba Villa that's where all the rendezvous are.
Right.
You'll pass Bloom, Azuka, and of course the Rum Club.
Rum Club.
So
what's a rendezvous?
The
You said it twice already.
Well, so the rendezvous suites are standalone, circular or oval-shaped villas.
Yeah.
They're designed for luxurious and romantic vacation experience. The suites are known for their unique architecture, featuring the 20-foot conical ceilings, and typically provide the private pools, the butlers, and they have luxurious amenities.
Absolutely. The highlight of that is standalone, right? So you're out in your own little circle house.
Yeah.
And Sandals, they're linked
They
to
do it
weddings,
well.
right? The wedding venue is right in front of the check-in area. It has beautiful waterfall backdrop, as well as all of the beautiful garden and flowers and bushes all around. So we saw an actual wedding there, and we could see from our room how great those pictures are going to turn out because of the surrounding.
Yeah.
And just another pro tip, Sandals offers a test drive for the soon-to-bes, right? So the couple can go to Sandals, stay for 2 nights at only $250 a night, and just check the spot out. You can meet the wedding staff. You can walk around the resort so you get familiar with it.
Yeah.
I just think it's a great idea to calm the nerves of the soon-to-bes.
I think the main thing about that, because Ocho Rios is a 90-minute drive from the airport, which a lot of people get discouraged from even going to that property. But the fact that the soon-to-bes can experience that themselves, then they can go back and let their guests know, calm their nerves about that 90-minute drive, because once you get on property, I mean, it is amazing.
Oasis.
It's
you get
beautiful
lost
there.
in there. So.
Yeah. So the layout of the resort is super open.
It is.
The pool, the beach, restaurants, and the live entertainment all are within steps of each other.
Right.
So the beachfront has multiple sit-in areas, the DJ setup, there's the jerk shack, of course, and a whole lot more for you to experience.
And so, like I said, we did Sandals South Coast. I would say the major difference between these two is just South Coast is more spread out and calmer.
Yeah.
Right. And then Dunn's River, it's closer together, and that energy.
Yeah.
It's not loud energy. It's that positive energy of good times, good times, good times.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
Also, there's a massive gym on the top floor of the main building for anybody who wants to stay active in the gym and work out.
That gym was amazing.
It's huge, and it overlooks the beach and the ocean. They also have a yoga and Pilates studio connected to the gym to help you stay fit if lifting weights ain't your thing. But they have a serene business lounge, right? If you need a quiet place in case you have to take care of business or you just want to get away.
Yeah.
Once again, it's no windows in the sitting lounge. The business center, we'll say, but you can look out.
Oh, it's open.
Yeah, you can look out and feel the breeze and then see the ocean.
Yeah, so we did have a tour scheduled for that day. So the staff did take us around.
Yes.
Gave us a private tour of the property. Yeah. And when we were up there in that area, there were a couple of people up just sitting there.
Sipping on a little drink.
With the laptops and things. But she said that place is not really used very often. Yeah. A lot of people really don't even know about it. So I think that's something, if you do go to Dunn's River and you want to relax,
and
definitely
get away. Yeah.
Definitely check out that location.
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty unique.
Yeah.
Sandals Dunn River, it has plenty of entertainment all over the resort. The only way we could have been bored is if we walked off the resort, right? Because, I mean, one night, on the first night, actually, there was a male singer walking around singing, sounding like Johnny Gill. All right. The second night, there was a duet with the same guy and then a young lady. They were singing the hits, and they sounded great as well. Yeah. And then one night, they had fire twirlers, acrobats, and contortionists, right? And that it was an unexpected but very good show. But I gotta be honest with you, I do not like contortionist shows because I automatically think of scary movies, and it was freaking me out. I got footage, but when that Joker was literally had his arms and doing like a rotating his shoulder 360 degrees.
Tennis racket.
Two of them. Yeah. It's just like, what's wrong with this dude? A slim dude, great show, but that's just me.
It was amazing. He was a professional at his craft, but it was something.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, scary movie. When I see the guy was great, not taken away from his entertainment. But whenever I see contortionist in my mind, I'm automatically going to scary movies. But anyway, and then another night they had in the lobby. They had the live steel pan music, giving us those Jamaican vibes. We were just sitting there and just chilling. It was all love, you know what I mean? And honestly, high five to Sandals, Dunn's River 2.0 for their entertainment because it was unique and it was also lively. So that was great.
Yeah, I agree. And so one of the next days we went on Tommie's first catamaran ride. It was on the Island Girl via Island Roots, and he got to go snorkeling for the first time.
I did. I've done it in a swimming pool. I just never done it in the ocean.
True. So after that, then we also conquered Dunn's River Falls. Yeah.
Well, let me talk about this excursion for a minute, right? Okay. So Nikki's been on multiple catamarans, which she points out every time.
Yeah, I went in Greece and Santorini.
Okay. So this was my first time, and it was a great idea, but the waters were a little rough, right? And so I'm not a boat person, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to eat anything for breakfast because I know my stomach will get to bubbling. And we went out and started snorkeling. And for those who have never snorkeled, there's nothing you can do to not get salt water in your stomach. It's going to happen, right? And so that was something in my stomach, which I tried to avoid. Then I get back on the boat and I'm like, I need something in my mouth because I got that saltwater feeling, right? So my baby had some Twizzlers. So I was like, yeah, let me get a couple. I only ate 3 Twizzlers, and you know how skinny them things are. Then we take off and that boat gets to moving. And my first catamaran and my first snorkel
experience.
Yeah, it was interrupted by, I had to get that stuff up out my stomach. Moving on, then we went on and we attacked and conquered Dunn's River Falls. So it was a great thing, great time.
So once we did that, the next day, we decided to get off the resort because we did want to take a look around the city to see what was going on there.
What Ocho Rios is about.
Yeah, so we booked a cab ride through Island Roots, and again, the transfer companies are on property, so they're right there available for us. So they set up the cab ride for us, and our driver Kevin was a great guy and an amazing guide for us. He gave us a tour of Ocho Rios and showed us the Taj Mahal shopping center area,
and it does look like the
Taj Mahal
silhouette of the Taj Mahal,
right? And then he drove us around some of the other Sandal properties that were there too.
So what was our main reason for going off? It has to do with rum.
You can't go to Jamaica and not get the Sangster's rum.
Okay, moving on.
But we have requests to bring back to people.
Yes, that's it. But, speaking of this, I also want to mention Sandals security. I mean, it's very solid. And I know that in our times now, security when we leave the country is something that we are concerned about. And I just want to talk you through it. So once you drive up to Sandals Dunn's River 2.0, first thing you're coming off of is the gate. And it's manned 24 hours a day, and you cannot get on that installation because there is a metal arm that comes down installation. You can't get on the resort unless you have verifications of your, and they'll check your name and verify that it's you and verify that you can come in and have a reservation, and then they'll let you on. And then the driveway is still a little ways down, so you felt secure and no concerns about anything. And then if you want to go off the resort, by them having their own transfer vehicles there, their own shuttles there.
Yeah, they stay with you the entire time while they're out with you.
Absolutely. So the drivers work for Sandals, right? And so when we got in the van with Kevin, not only did we have a fun time with him pointing out things and taking us where we could get our rum, right? He also, when we got out of the van, he parked the van, got out with us, and walked to wherever. He didn't interfere with our shopping or anything, but he was there to make sure that we were secure.
Right.
And I felt that was an amazing thing, because usually when you go to these resorts, you're not really concerned about security on the resort because you get to see it. But to be out there and roaming the town with a local and having that security there, that was great. So I just, another shout out, another high five to Sandals.
Yeah, and we needed to go to the ATM too. Yes. So he knew the exact ATM for us to go to that wasn't crowded or anything. And it wasn't. We were able to go there, got in, got our cash, came out. Yeah. And then when we drove back around, though, there was another ATM that had a long line of people. Yeah. And he said that's the one that people normally goes to.
Take you to that one.
Yeah. But so just little things like that that just kind of made the experience
and
a lot better.
And add to the security, the feel of security that there. And I also want to mention real quick, away from security, is golfing is available there, right? So if you're a golfer, like I am, but I didn't play. If you're a golfer, and I'm not a great golfer, so I didn't say that.
What do you mean?
But you want to go golfing, you can either the green fees are taken care of. So all you have to do is show up for the shuttle in the morning, and they'll take you to the golf course. You can rent some clubs and you can play. Or you can bring your clubs, because we did see some people bring their own clubs.
Yeah.
But that's an outstanding option as well.
Right.
But you know what time it is?
What?
It's travel tips time. So I know we got some travel tips for them, baby. Come on now. What you got?
I have some tips.
Okay, let's go.
So tip number 1, you definitely need to hit up the Rum Club early if you want a seat at the bar. So
I know we've talked about rum a lot.
Yeah, but that's why you go to Jamaica.
There's a reason
they got
why
Jamaican
we talk
rum.
about rum. Absolutely.
So, and we're not heavy drinkers, but when you go to Jamaica,
good rum.
you need to do that. So, the rum flight will get you right.
It will.
Ain't that right?
Facts. And I'm testifying right now. I'm not assuming.
But you sit at the bar, you talk with the bartenders, you have great conversations with them. It's really worth it.
Absolutely. Tip number 2. Want a romantic, no-pressure wedding preview? The test drive deal is brilliant. I know I sound like a car salesman, but it's a great way to provide comfort for the betrothed before their big day. And the way I see it, like I said, like we said before, you get to survey and see what you're getting into, and it'll bring you peace and the knowledge that you can spread to your family. So it'll calm everybody down for this getaway and the big day.
Right. So tip number 3. Pack water shoes, reliable water shoes. You'll need them for Dunn's River Falls if you're going to go take that climb. And you need to be ready for those waves on the Catamaran, so make sure you take some Dramamine or some kind of something that's going to calm your stomach before you go out.
I feel like I'm being judged on this side of my face.
I'm just saying. We didn't really prepare. You should have done that too, but
so I got some. Just a quick story. I got some water shoes from Amazon, and I picked the water shoes that would get to me the quickest. And those water shoes did not even survive me walking around the resort.
On day one.
By the time I got back to the room, I had holes in my water shoes and my toe was sticking out. So I'm not saying you can't use Amazon to book them, to get your water shoes, but just do a little research before you walk around and you stub your toe at the Dunn River Fall because your toe's sticking all out. All right. All right. So enough of that. Here's what everybody's waiting for. Do you?
Is it a drum roll?
That was it.
Okay.
Recommend Sandals Dunn River Falls 2.0 as a vacation getaway?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. So I truly enjoyed Sandals properties, period. But Dunn's River 2.0, they did an amazing job with the renovation, with the fact that it's small and you can kind of go to all the different areas within your length of vacation. You don't feel like you're missing a whole lot because the property is too large.
It's all in walking distance.
Yeah, I had a really good time. I enjoyed the entire property. So what about you?
Like I said, or I'm going to say, if you didn't catch it before, this is battling. Sandals Dunn's River 2.0 is now battling as my top all-inclusive resort I've ever stayed at.
Oh.
It's battling. And the reason it's battling is because of everything we talked about in this video. I have no strong negatives to say against this. I mean, it's Jamaica. I mean, it's all-inclusive. I mean, the restaurants, the food is actually good.
Yeah, the people.
The entertainment was overwhelming. The energy of the staff, the energy of the people that was contagious. And we had so many conversations with other couples just by sitting by each other at the Jerk Shack. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was just so open and great. We met people from Idaho. We met people from Iowa. I met people from California. It was North Dakota. It was just amazing. Had a great time. So I strongly recommend it.
Right.
So that, good people, is our Sandals Dunn River 2.0 experience. 4 days of fun. Vacation.
Yep. Thank you for joining us. We hope this helped you decide if you want your Jamaican escape and if it's the right one for you. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you've stayed at Dunn's River 2.0, or if you plan to, drop a comment below and let us know.
Or just contact us. We would love to help you. Our contact information, email, and website is in the description. And we like you to remember, travel often, travel smart, and travel safe.
Bye.
Till next time.